a Chinese tradition. Now with a global following. Marcus Goodell from Germany traveled all the way to Hong Kong not as a tourist, but to learn an ancient Chinese tradition.
So when I was 16, my health wasn't so good, and I tried many different therapies, and actually acupuncture was the only thing that kind of helped me. And then when it was time to go to university, I actually already had a spot at arguably the best medical school in Germany, but then decided to go to Beijing instead and study Chinese medicine.
After 5 years study in Beijing, Marcus is enrolled in the PhD program of the School of Chinese Medicine at Hong Kong Baptist University. He says many Western people have misconceptions about Chinese medicine, but after a lot of experiments and seeing how it works on its own body, he's been fascinated by the power of Chinese medicine.
So they just put it together and called it Jingluo.
Acupuncture is arguably what we call the treatment of choice, which means the best available treatment at the time for chronic pains.
He even kindly felt my pulse and immediately announced, "I have had back pain for a long time." After some long pressure on my arm, I was surprised to be feeling better. He said through a course of acupuncture, my back can fully recover. One of his goals is to set up his own clinic back in Germany, specializing in acupuncture. A new generation is continuing the ancient Chinese tradition here and abroad. There's a surge in the number of university students in Hong Kong choosing to study traditional Chinese medicine rather than Western medicine. According to the government, registered practitioners of Chinese medicine account for a third of all doctors in the city. 67,000 patients went to traditional Chinese doctors in 2004. 13 times as many were treated in 2012. Driven by greater common knowledge on the old Chinese tradition, and with the rising of young doctors both at home and overseas, clinics have flourished in Hong Kong, but traditional Chinese medicine still lives in the shadow of Western medicine. Traditional doctors earn half as much as their Western medicine counterparts. And while public teaching hospitals for traditional Chinese medicine are common on the mainland, there still aren't any in Hong Kong.
The key point is that it should be emphasized more and more by the government. So usually government view to a science is critical, because the policy change everything will be changed. The funding, human resources in the hospital, whatever.
Chinese medicine in Hong Kong still lacks the resources to catch up with Western medicine. But with rising public demand and a growing number of young doctors, the Chinese tradition will be carried on in the years to come. 就在 CCTV Hong Kong.